Okay, so week one went pretty good, I think. I'm going to start off by how I feel currently and at the end of the week. I feel pretty motivated. I think, as a family, we did really well. I found foods that I really enjoy eating, which is great because I think a lot of our hesitation towards elimination diets like this are that, well, what am I going to eat? All the foods that I love eating are gone. So I felt very good about that, is that every meal that we had, with the exception of one item, we really enjoyed just as a family. So that was something that I found pleasurable out of because I am a foodie. I like to eat. So that was good. And by the end of the week, though, I did feel that I had better sleep. So in the beginning, I would say that I was just a normal sleeper. I tend to wake up easily, but I did notice a difference towards the end of the last couple days that I felt more rested getting up. That doesn't mean some of the lessons that we learned, have a good meal plan for snacks. I was really good about having a good meal plan for all of our meals, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I had ideas for snacks, like I had things to buy, but I didn't plan. And so I would find myself feeling very, okay, well, I want a snack. I tend to snack a lot while I work. So what can I snack on? And my go-to snack prior to starting Whole30, I still ate vegetables. Peppers, carrots, and cucumbers are my three favorite things to eat. And but I dip it in ranch dressing, the ones that you make with sour cream and the ranch packet. So without having that, my vegetables in my mind didn't taste as good as for a snack. I was really missing that. So have a good plan in what you're placing. And now towards the end, as we're moving along, I think I found a couple staples that might carry over throughout this whole process that I've enjoyed so far. And I will go over that and introduce those. I also think that another lesson to learn is communication. So, if you're doing it by yourself, then you are able to pivot and not have to explain yourself. But, in a family, we have to pivot often. Things change, people don't feel well, or, just stuff happens. So when we pivoted, it was, we kind of had to change, but then, what's your backup plan? So I guess, when you're communicating your meal plan, have backups, like an easy go-to for backup, just in case something falls through. Or, maybe you have to run to the store and you lose track of time. But sometimes, we have to go make errands after work, go to the store, and that really cuts into your time because bedtime for my kids is 8 o'clock at night. That really isn't a lot of time to get everything done. When cooking dinner itself takes about almost an hour to do, especially when you're cooking everything from fresh. That's why meal prepping is so important. But yeah, have a backup plan, something that's easy and go to, maybe something that's already prepped. Or I have found a staple at Costco that I didn't know was Whole30 compliant when I had ate it before, but it is, and it's delicious. And so we had two of those on hand. Anyway, so have a good communication plan, have a backup plan. That's what I've learned is from the communication for the family. I think also to study your labels and get to know the items that you can and cannot have. I am familiar. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert. I still have to look at the list. So get to know your labels, understand that, not everything is pure. I think I shared last time that I recorded that, bacon's pretty much, we're just not going to eat it anymore because it's very difficult to find, pork products, that's not pork chops, that is not cured in sugar. I don't know why everyone put sugar in pork. But it's very difficult to find. I'd rather just hold off and eat something else that I know is compliant, I know is budget friendly. So read your labels. I also had a mishap with the Costco chicken. We had bought rotisserie chicken from Costco thinking that I can put it on my salads as a way to cut time and then cost too, because they're only $5 a chicken. And it turns out that they use sugar in their chicken. We ended up not eating the chicken and gifting it. And then better meal prepping. I think this goes kind of hand in hand with the communication to the family. Better meal prepping is important. We did a pretty good job the first week, but I think I can do better. We kind of separated things, but when it came time to cook, I found myself cutting, our zucchinis and squashes and such. They were whole until I was ready to make it, which is what I've been used to in the past, but I haven't made as much, so it never bothered me. Now that I'm doing it all the time, I'm getting pretty tired of cutting everything all the time, especially when I'm trying to get in a hurry for dinner or lunch. So I think going into next week, I'm going to figure out a better way to meal prep my fruit and vegetables. And we bought some things from Costco that we think might help get us to that better, more efficient place to be. And then the last lesson that I learned is drink a lot of water. So I did pee a lot this first week. I woke up a lot having to pee. I explained that in how I feel, but I also feel like I could use more water, if that makes sense. I'm drinking more than what I used to, so I feel like that's a win. I'm taking that, but moving into next week, I definitely want to drink more water. Some of the things that I'm looking forward to for next week are my new snacks. I've found a couple that are really tasty and Whole30 compliant, and so I'm looking forward to that. I found a recipe for a Whole30 compliant ranch, and I'm gonna make it later, and I'm gonna record it, so I'll let you know how that works out. I'm looking forward to hopefully feeling less bloated. It did for me in the past when I tried Whole30 before. I did it for 17 days instead of the Whole30. But I did feel almost within days less bloating. This time, I still kind of feel a little bloat, and I don't know if that's my water or what that's kind of going towards. So I'm going to play around with it. I have some theories in my head. I think I'm maybe eating too many potatoes, even though they are on the list that you can eat. I feel like perhaps we ate too many. Some different lunches. I ate a lot of chicken salad last week, and I'm kind of tired of chicken salad. So what was good is that we had some grilled hamburgers, and I got some butter lettuce and used that as a wrap, and then found some pepperoncinis and pickles that are Whole30 compliant, and tomatoes, and just kind of dressed it up without the sauce like a hamburger, and it was really good. And one time we did have I made some potato logs with that, and they were tasty. But the next time we made it with grilled peppers, and that was really good also. And I didn't grill them down all the way like I would for like a fajita or something, or breakfast. And so they added a nice crunch to them. So that was good. What's my progress looking like? Well, I haven't taken my body measurement yet because it's only been a week, and I still feel kind of bloated. So I don't really feel a change. So I don't feel like I need to measure my body. But against the Whole30 rules, I am weighing myself because this is a weight loss journey. I'm just using Whole30 strategy as a kickoff. So I will be weighing myself, and I started out at 220, and as of yesterday, I am 218.5. So I think that's pretty good, 1.5 pounds. That's very sustainable and an acceptable weight loss amount, especially for the beginning. I'm not expecting weight just to melt off my body. So I'm happy with 218.5 for now. And then, I have to remind myself that this is a life cycle change, not a marathon or a sprint. That whole saying, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Well, I'm not running a marathon. I'm changing my life. So, I'm not in any rush to lose weight fast. That's not what I'm trying to do. I am really trying to stop the family cycle of obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and stop it starting with me. And then that way my kids just don't even feel it. So going over last week's meal plan, I'm going to share what we had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. some ideas that I had for snacks, and that were fresh snacks, meaning fruits or vegetables, and then some store-bought snacks that I found that were really helpful throughout the process and staying full. And you know, hopefully I could use those and incorporate those into next week's meal plan. But I'm going to start out with Monday. So we actually started on a Sunday, and I had recorded my meal prep then, and that night we ended up having, what did we have for dinner that night? I want to say we had chili verde. No, chicken. I think we had chicken. So starting out on Sunday, we just had a very basic dinner. After all of our meal prep, we just kind of set some veggies aside. We had some basic grilled chicken and veggies, and then called it a day. So Monday, starting out for breakfast, I made scrambled eggs with sweet potato toast and almond butter with fruit on the side. And then I had a chicken salad with a Primal Kitchen Greek dressing on it for lunch. For dinner time on Monday, we made beef tips with a sweet potato mash and broccoli. Tuesday for breakfast, I made eggs with chicken, so scrambled eggs with chicken's breakfast sausage that we bought from Costco. That stuff is really good, and it's a great alternative to the traditional pork sausage, like the links that you would buy from Farmer John's or something. And then lunch, we did chicken salad, and then for dinner, this is the day that we had to do a pivot. I think for dinner, I was going to make cubed, what was I going to make? I think I was going to make soup of some sort, maybe, or something. Anyways, we had a pivot, and we ended up making a chili verde. It's a chili verde. It's prepackaged. It's pre-made, but the ingredients are very simple. It's a Del Rio brand from Costco. It's really good. So it's enough for the three of us to make, and then I have enough left over to add into my eggs the next morning. So I made chili verde with roasted bell peppers and onions and cauliflower rice that I just turned into Spanish rice. And then for Wednesday, I had fried eggs with a little bit of what's left over from the chili verde, grilled peppers and roasted sweet potatoes. And that was really good. And then for lunch on Wednesday, we had a hamburger wrap, which my husband will grill our hamburgers, and then and an onion, which is really good. And then we wrap it with butter lettuce, and that kind of acts as a nice placeholder for all the veggies. It does get a little juicy and messy, but it's really good. And then I made potato logs for a side, and that was really good. I just, cut potatoes like a potato log. I didn't use any flour or anything. I just seasoned them, coated them with some avocado oil, and then salt, pepper, garlic powder, and chili powder. And they tasted really, really good. I put them in the air fryer on the fry setting, and I think they cooked up pretty good. For dinner on Wednesday, we had tri-tip with mashed potatoes, just regular mashed potatoes, and then grilled vegetables. And for the grilled vegetables, what we did is I essentially just roasted some squash and zucchini in the air fryer with not air fryer, but in the oven with some garlic. And then we cooked some green beans on the stovetop. For Thursday, I made, I had meal prepped the night before some chia or chai, I'm never going to pronounce that right, but seed pudding with almond milk, and that was really good. I found this recipe on Pinterest where, you make the mixture, and then once the mixture sits, you have your jar or whatever container that you're going to put it in, you line it with some diced fruit. I chose to do strawberries to kind of maybe tart and sweeten it up a little bit, and then you pour your pudding mixture on top of it, and then let it sit overnight. And then when I pulled it out, what I did is I heated it up just enough to take the chill off. I didn't really make it hot. And then I topped mine with unsweetened coconut flakes, almond butter, and banana. And it was really, really good and very satisfying, very filling. We had that for a couple days. So when I say chia seed, that's what we did. Oh, then we topped it with walnuts. For lunch on Thursday, we made chicken apple sausage with a salad. So instead of just regular chicken, grilled chicken with the salad, I made chicken apple sausage, and that's really good, especially if you can heat it up in the air fryer. It only takes about 10 minutes and it's delicious. And then for dinner on Thursday, we made pork chops, butternut squash, and green beans, and those were delicious. On Friday, we had the chia seed pudding again, and then for lunch, we had Polish sausages that we bought from Costco. They're Whole30 approved, and they're really good. And Costco sometimes will have a really good deal where it's $4.50 off. And so when they have that sale, we tend to go buy more. And then we just made grilled veggies. So we roasted some zucchini and squash again, and I think that's it for the lunch. We didn't add any more veggies to that. And then for Friday's dinner, I had skirt steak, which I sliced up and then made it with grilled peppers and asparagus. Saturday's breakfast, we had eggs and bananas with almond butter. Just kept it kind of simple. We had some child activities that we had to go to. We ended up skipping lunch that day, but we had dinner a little bit early, and we had pork chops with broccoli and purple sweet potatoes. Purple sweet potatoes are delicious. So good. And then Sunday, we had the rest of the chia seed pudding with a hamburger wrap and peppers, grilled peppers on the side. And then for dinner, we had grilled chicken with vegetables and cauliflower rice. So, and then for snacks throughout the, like in between meals, whenever I'd get hungry, in the beginning, I just tried to focus on eating either pistachios or any type of fruit. Grapes, I really like green grapes, or strawberries, bananas. I did buy a lot of cucumbers because I naturally like chewing on cucumbers, and carrots, or just raw bell pepper. Throughout the day, I enjoy the crunch, and I don't feel as guilty eating those as maybe I would chips or anything. But I did get bored with my snacks towards like the latter part of the week. And so I've tried these before and didn't like them. So I thought, well, I'm going to try them again because I keep seeing them on Pinterest about how Whole30 compliant they are. So it's these Lara bars right here, and they have so many different varieties, and you got to watch the labels. Don't read just the front because there's more ingredients you have to read. Not a lot. They're really good. I mean, there really is not a lot of junk in them at all. But they do have a large variety of ones that aren't made with nuts and honey or chocolate or anything like that. So I found two of them that I really enjoyed. One way more than the other, but still both enjoyable. This one's the blueberry muffin one. It's pretty good, and I'll read the instructions, the ingredients to you. It has cashews, dates, which I never thought I would like anything that has dates in it, but these are really good. Cashews, dates, apples, blueberries, vanilla extract, and that's it. Really good. And then the other one that I found that I really liked is this one is phenomenal. It really does taste like you're eating a cherry pie. It's the cherry pie one, and it's, again, if you need a sugar fix. I don't have a very big sugar tooth. I'm more of a savory, salty snacker, but I do like a little bit of sweet after my lunches. That my lunch is the time that I tend to get that sweet craving if I'm gonna get it. And this will nip it in the butt real quick, is the cherry pie one. It's so good. I'll read the ingredients, not the instructions, the ingredients to you. Here, this one has dates, almonds, and unsweetened cherries. It's really just that easy. So they're delicious.